Yamakosi family, listen to me very carefully. This Sunday in Ndola is not just another football match. This is the moment where the masks come off. For years, we have talked about rebuilding, we have talked about trusting the process, and we have talked about returning Kaizerchiefs to the pinnacle of African football. Well, the talking stops at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium. Zesco qualify for this season's group stage by overcoming a tough battle against Botswana's Jwaneng Galaxy, winning 5-4 on aggregate. However, their group stage start has been poor. They have played 2 matches and lost both, a 1-0 defeat to Zamalek and a 3-2 loss to Al Masry. They have scored 2 goals and conceded 4. While they look vulnerable away from home, they are famously strong in Ndola and will view the match against Kaizerchiefs as their final chance to stay in the competition. Under their current technical leadership, Zesco usually sets up in a 4-3-3 attacking formation. They prefer to build attacks from the back, utilizing their experienced centre-backs to find midfielders who can switch play quickly to the wings. They rely heavily on wide play and overlapping full-backs to create crosses for their strikers. Their defensive weakness lies in their transition speed. When they lose the ball while attacking, they often leave space behind their high defensive line, which Cheeks can exploit with fast counterattacks. The man Kaizerchiefs must watch is Amin Hiver. The Chadian striker is the team's primary goal threat, having already scored 4 goals in this continental campaign. Hiver is a powerful centre-forward who excels at holding up the ball and finishing crosses. He is physically strong and can dominate defenders in the air. If the Chiefs' centre-backs allow him to turn or win headers in the box, he will punish them. He currently contributes to over 50% of the team's goals in Africa. Zesco United scores most of their goals from the centre and the right wing. They are particularly dangerous in the second half, often wearing opponents down with possession before striking late. Their most common goal pattern involves deep crosses from the right flank or winning second balls from set pieces. They are a team that thrives on pressure. Once they get a corner or a free kick near the box, they use their height to create chaos. Zesco United is one of the most successful and professional football clubs in Zambia. Based in the city of Ndola, the team is owned and sponsored by the state electricity company Zesco. Founded in 1974, they are famously known as Ziga Mambo or Team Yaziko. Domestically, they have a reputation for being a powerhouse that rarely loses at home. Their style of play is traditionally technical and patient, but they have a physical edge that makes them very difficult to beat in the humid conditions of the Copperbelt. They play their home matches at the massive Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, which has a capacity of nearly 50,000 fans. Zesco competes in the Zambian Super League. Currently, in the 2025/2026 season, they find themselves in 8th position after 14 matches. Their record includes 19 points, though they remain within touching distance of the top 5. Their recent form has been inconsistent. While they recently secured a 1-0 win against Kabwe Warriors, they have struggled to put together a long winning streak. Their current winning rate in the league is roughly 35%, suggesting they are in a period of transition but remain dangerous due to their experienced squad. Zesco United is a decorated club with 9 Zambian Super League titles. Their last league triumph came in the 2020/2021 season. Before that, they dominated the decade, winning titles in 2014, 2015, 2017, 2018, and 2019. They are traditionally considered one of the big 3 in Zambia alongside Nkana FC and Power Dynamos. Beyond league titles, they have won the ABSA Cup a record 6 times, confirming their status as a cup specialist. Team strengths and weaknesses summary strengths. Exceptional home record in Ndola against non-Zambian teams. High levels of continental experience in the squad. Strong aerial threat from set pieces and crosses. Weaknesses: slow recovery pace when defending counterattacks. Poor current form in the group stage with 0 points. Pressure from local fans can lead to frustration if they don't score early. Kaizerchiefs must be prepared for a physical battle. The tactical warning sign is Zesco's wing play. Chiefs fullbacks can't afford to be caught too high up the pitch. Chiefs should target the space behind Zesco's centre-backs, especially during transitions. If Chiefs can absorb the early pressure and use the pace of their wingers on the break, they can find the goals needed to win. Fans should watch the duel between Inacio Miguel and Amin Hiver closely, as this battle will likely decide the outcome of the match. This match against Zesco United is the ultimate litmus test for the direction of this club under the current technical team. We are sitting in a dangerous position in Group T. With only 1 point from our first 2 matches, our backs are against the wall. If we lose in Zambia, the dream of the knockout stages effectively dies. This game will expose whether we have the backbone to compete on the continent, or if we are merely a team that looks good in domestic patches, but crumbles when the African sun gets hot. It is time to see if these players truly understand the weight of the gold and black badge. When the starting lineup is announced an hour before kickoff, pay close attention, because that list of 11 names will tell you exactly what the coach thinks of this competition. Does he go with his absolute strongest XI, or does he try to rotate because of the heavy Betway Premiership schedule? In my view, rotation here would be a slap in the face to the fans. You not travel to a place like Ndola to experiment. The most critical area to watch is the midfield engine room. We need to see if Njabulo Blom and Yusuf Mart are given the nod to provide that veteran stability. If the coach starts fringe players in such a hostile environment, it suggests he is prioritizing the league over our African pride. We also need to see if Bruce Dvuma retains his spot in goal, or if the technical team reverts to the experience of Brandon Peterson for a high-pressure away game. Team selection in CAF is a statement of intent. If we see a safe lineup, it means we are playing for a draw. If we see an aggressive attacking selection, it means the coach finally understands that Kaizerchiefs do not play for second place. Tactically, we are at a crossroads. For too long, we have seen Chiefs look indecisive. Against Zesco, if we see a back four that remains static and a low block that invites pressure, it will raise serious questions about our ambition. A club of our stature should be looking to impose its will, even away from home. If we press high early in the match, it shows that the technical team has spent the break working on fitness and tactical aggression. We need to see the wingers like Ndaduzi Shabalala and Pool Modi tracking back, but also staying high enough to punish Zesco on the transition. If we sit back and pray for a 0-0 draw, we are playing a dangerous game. Zesco is clinical at home, and inviting them into our final third for 90 minutes is a recipe for disaster. Our identity must be one of control, not survival. The game will be won or lost in the center of the park. Zesco United relies on Kelvin Kampamba to pull the strings. If our defensive midfielders allow him space to turn and look for the run of their dangerous striker, Amin Haiva, we are in trouble. This is a direct battle between our tactical discipline and their creative flair. Another massive area of concern is our fullbacks against their wingers. Zesco loves to overload the wide areas and put crosses into the box. Our fullbacks can't afford to be caught ball watching. Finally, look at the set-piece situations. African matches are often decided by one corner or one free kick. Our height at the back, led by Inacio Miguel, must be flawless. One lapse in concentration during a Zesco set-piece could be the difference between 3 points and a long, quiet flight back to Johannesburg. History tells us that Kaizerchiefs often struggle in the opening exchanges of away CAF matches. The first 15 minutes in Ndola will tell us everything we need to know about the squad's psychology. We need to look at the body language. Are the senior players shouting instructions and calming the youngsters down, or are they looking nervous? If we concede early or make silly unforced errors, it shows a lack of mental preparation. We need to see a smash-and-grab mentality where we quiet the home crowd early on. Reaction after a mistake is key. If a player loses the ball, do they put their head down, or do they sprint 40 yards to win it back? In CF, your mentality is just as important as your formation. We need 11 leaders on that pitch, not 11 spectators. Let's be real, the Amakosi faithful are tired. They are tired of hearing about rebuilding every 6 months. The patience is wearing thin, and this match is a massive statement match. A win would act like a shield for the coach and the management, giving them breathing room to continue their project. However, a poor performance, not just a loss, but a lack of effort, will ignite a fire on social media that will be hard to put out. The fans aren't just demanding a result, they are demanding a performance that shows respect for the jersey. There is a feeling among the supporters that this match represents the club's soul. Are we still a big team in Africa, or have we become a middle-of-the-pack club that is happy just to participate? The pressure is at an all-time high. A win in Zambia would be a massive injection of belief. It would propel us back into the conversation for the quarterfinals and give the squad the confidence to go on a domestic winning streak. It would prove that the K's philosophy is working and that the new signings were the right choices. Conversely, a loss or a lifeless draw would raise structural questions that go beyond just one game. It would suggest that the squad depth is an illusion and that we are still miles away from the level of the Egyptian giants like Zamalek. Fans should not overreact to a narrow, hard-fought loss, but they should absolutely be concerned if the team looks tactically lost and physically outmatched. This match is the fork in the road for the 2025/26 season. To summarize, this is about more than 3 points. It is about pride, history, and the future of the project. We need a strong XI, a brave tactical approach, and a mentality that doesn't buckle under the pressure of 50,000 Zambian fans. We have never beaten a Zambian team in their backyard. Sunday is the day to rewrite history. Now, I want to hear from you, the Kosi Nation. Looking at the current squad, who is the one player who must start in Ndola for us to have a chance? Does the signing of Shosamaniana excite you, or did you want to see a more experienced name? What is your biggest worry going into this match? The defense, the scoring drought, or the hostile atmosphere? Leave your comments below, like this video, and let's get behind the boys as they head into the trenches. Every game it's a final. Kaizerchiefs, Inacio Miguel on Bruising Group D test.